Welcome to This Explainer. I'm going to be your virtual career counselor today, guiding you through what is honestly one of the most incredibly lucrative intersections out there right now, healthcare and engineering. Look, if you're a high school science student or maybe a parent trying to help one out, you already know how overwhelming picking a college major can be these days. The whole landscape has completely shifted, and honestly, the traditional career advice your parents got, it just doesn't cut it anymore.
So today, we are settling the ultimate dilemma. It's a question I get asked constantly. How do you choose between B.Pharm, B.Tech Biotech, and B.Tech Pharmaceutical Technology? Out of these three overlapping fields, which one actually offers the absolute best return on your investment? We want to know which path gives you the ultimate career stability, the fastest direct job readiness, and the most promising salary scale for 2026 and well beyond. Well, let's figure it out together.
Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll demystify these fields step by step and map out exactly how to secure a completely future-proof career.
Section 1. The Healthcare Tech Crossroads, an industry booming.
Before we dive into the degrees themselves, we really need to understand the playing field. Why are we focusing so heavily on this specific sector? Because quite frankly, it's essentially recession-proof. Unlike cyclical fields like civil or mechanical engineering, the Indian pharmaceutical sector is projected to hit an absolutely staggering $130 billion by 2030. That kind of explosive growth is driving a massive, urgent demand for specialized tech professionals. The industry is rapidly shifting away from old-school chemistry and moving straight into complex biopharmaceuticals. Because of this, companies are desperately hunting for engineers who can take a tiny biological discovery made in a lab and scale it up for massive, global manufacturing. They don't just need traditional chemists anymore, they need highly adaptable, tech-savvy engineers.
All right, Section 2, Degree Showdown. Finding your perfect fit. Let's look at the facts objectively and bust some common myths. When we break down the core features side by side, the differences are night and day. B.Pharm focuses really heavily on patient-centric formulations and drug dispensing, and that leads directly to a PCI registration for clinical practice. B.Tech Biotechnology, on the other hand, that is intensely focused on laboratory genetics, CRISPR research, and bioinformatics. It's a fantastic but very non-clinical, research-heavy path. Finally, you have B.Tech Pharmaceutical Technology. This one is all about manufacturing scale-up, high-tech industrial automation, and process engineering. It blends intense math, like advanced calculus, with incredibly strict FDA compliance protocols.
Now here is an absolute game changer you need to pay attention to: direct job readiness. If your goal is to land a solid job right out of the gate after graduation, Pharmatech and B.Pharm offer immediate, massive employability in manufacturing and quality control. You don't strictly need higher studies. B.Tech Biotechnology, while super fascinating, relies heavily on research funding. So to unlock those really lucrative R&D roles in biotech, you're almost always going to need to pursue an M.Tech or even a PhD.
To put this into perspective, think about what you'll actually be doing day to day. A B.Pharm graduate might become a clinical research associate, where you're tracking patient data and coordinating drug trials. A Pharmatech graduate, conversely, might step into a role like a drug discovery ML engineer. In that role, you aren't dealing with patients or dispensing meds at all. You are engineering solutions using AI and machine learning to literally accelerate the entire drug discovery pipeline. It is a highly technical, behind-the-scenes powerhouse of a job. Moving on to Section 3, Inside the Pharmatech Syllabus, Engineering the Future.
So, if you're leaning toward the engineering route, what are you actually going to be studying for 4 years? Well, let's track a typical student. In year 2, you build the foundation with biochemistry and strict process calculations. By year 3, things get really real. You're mastering advanced scale-up operations like chemical reactor design and industrial tablet compression. Then, in year 4, you tie it all together with chemical process control and good manufacturing practices. You are literally learning how to design and run a smart factory from the ground up.
Take the Anna University curriculum structure for semester 3, for example. It's wild. You dive into heavy computational mathematics and differential equations right alongside human anatomy and biochemistry. It's kind of like being asked to perform surgery while solving complex calculus. But honestly, this is exactly what makes a pharmatech engineer so incredibly rare and valuable. You have the ability to speak the language of advanced mathematics in the language of human biology completely fluently.
Section 4. Real student experiences and advice. Navigating to success.
As your career counselor, I don't just want to read a textbook to you today. I want to share real, on-the-ground advice from engineering students who are navigating this exact degree right now. and they consistently highlight a massive reality check. Theoretical lectures are great, but hands-on, practical lab internships are absolutely non-negotiable for landing those core manufacturing jobs. If you want to succeed, you have to get your hands dirty in the labs, working with real formulation techniques and validation software.
If you want to completely crush your campus placement drives, students say you need a targeted approach. Leverage your professors for direct referrals. And listen, while general IT service firms often recruit really aggressively on these campuses, students strongly advise avoiding that trap if you want a true core engineering career. Don't let the siren song of a generic coding gig pull you away from your specialty. Instead, target regional specialized plants like Madras Pharma or Softgel and squeeze every drop of experience out of your college's modern lab facilities.
All right, Section 5, Careers, Salaries, and Global Scope, your return on investment.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, the actual numbers. What does your return on investment look like after all this hard work? The domestic salary trajectory here is highly stable and it scales wonderfully. For a production or process engineer, you're looking at a solid entry-level base of 3.5 to 6 lakhs per annum, but it jumps up quickly. Mid-career process engineers, especially those handling complex automation or quality assurance, frequently see their salaries jump to 10 to 18 lakhs and well beyond.
And then there's this number, 42 lakhs per annum. Just take a second to let that massive number sink in. That was the highest package offered recently at premium institutes like IIT BHU for their pharmaceutical engineering grads. When you successfully master that rare intersection of tech and pharma, top-tier global developers are more than willing to pay an absolute premium for your specific skills. And here is the absolute best part. Because pharmaceutical standards are harmonized globally, this degree is literally your passport to massive overseas opportunities. In Singapore, validation engineers can command up to 18,000 Singapore dollars a month. In the UK and Europe, there is a huge, constant demand for process engineers. In Doha, AI pharma engineers are seeing starting salaries upwards of 14,000 Qatari riyals. And in the US, structured STEM and J1 visa sponsorships are constantly opening doors to cutting-edge digital pharmacy platforms.
Finally, Section 6, Your Future in Pharmatech, the Industry Vanguard.
So, why does choosing this specific engineering branch make you future-proof? Well, just look at how radically the industry is shifting. We are completely moving away from simple chemical mixing. Instead, we're driving straight toward AI modeling for drug discovery, nanotechnology, complex biopharmaceuticals, and sustainable green chemistry. These are highly complex, strictly regulated areas. They require a pure engineering mindset combined with a deep knowledge of biology, something that traditional retail pharmacy or general computer science skills just cannot manage alone.
So as we wrap up this explainer and you look at your college applications, you really need to ask yourself a huge question. Do you want to just dispense medicine, or do you want to build the complex automated systems that actually create it? Are you ready to bridge that gap between biological discovery and global manufacturing to literally engineer the future of medicine? If the answer is yes, then pharmaceutical technology might just be the absolute perfect path for you. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I wish you the best of luck on whichever path you choose.